Hi everyone, it's Dave. Welcome back. I am so excited to make another video for the cleaning community. Hi everyone. If you don't know who I am, I'm Dave and I'm the president of DCC Commercial and Janitorial here in Baltimore, Maryland. And I have decided to use some of my spare time to make educational videos for cleaning business owners all over. I have been able to connect with so many amazing business owners over the last probably like 2 years I've been doing this, maybe 3 years, 2 to 3 years. Anyways, I've been able to connect with so many awesome people, like-minded individuals that all have the same goal in mind, is to grow their cleaning business, scale their cleaning business, and grow as a company. So I am so lucky to be able to share my knowledge with everyone. What I've learned in the last 10 years of my business. And it's so funny, I'm gonna start the video by saying, when I first was starting, and I tell people all the time, when I was first starting, I had no idea what I was doing, right? Like many of us, we don't know what we're doing, right? But like most people, they would reach out and, ask for help. And you know what? I could never get help from people. No one would ever want to answer any questions or anything I had. So guess what? I learned most of all this by myself. I figured it out, and I figured out what worked for me, and we took off, and we used it, and we took off in our business, right? So in today's video, I do want to get into a topic that I get asked all the time because I personally did it, and I know so many other cleaning business owners want to do the same thing. So, how to make the shift from cleaning houses to just cleaning commercial and janitorial, right? Doing businesses. That is such a, great question that I get all the time, but it's a loaded one, right? There is not just one answer to this, due to the fact there's a lot of factors that go into making the transition from just doing the homes to doing the commercial janitorial side of things. Commercial and houses are completely two different ball games. The houses is something, it's during the daytime, you're giving parents, a relief off their shoulder, so they can come home to a clean house and they don't have to deal with anything. And in commercial, it's a necessity, right? So with the houses, it's more like of a want, not a need. But for commercial and janitorial, it's a need, right? It's a must. Public restrooms must be clean. The trash cans must be emptied. Vacuuming all the hallways, mopping, restocking consumables, that all must be done. So janitorial and commercial work is a necessity. So that is why so many people want to get into the commercial side of things, but they don't know where to start. So I'm going to tell you a real life scenario, actually how I did it, because I think that's very helpful. And as you guys can see, I am making the most authentic videos. I am not editing them. I want the most authentic videos on YouTube. I love watching authentic videos. So let's get right into it. So first and foremost, do not get rid of your entire residential cleaning list that you're currently cleaning to get into commercial cleaning. I know that might sound crazy, but so many people talk to me and consult with me and say, Dave, do I just get rid of all of my residentials? Absolutely not. You do not want to get rid of any houses unless they are weighing you down and you are not able to take the next step into growing your commercial side. So, and what I mean by that is constantly complaining after each cleaning. They're never happy. You've had them for years. Sometimes they're just not worth it, right? So for me, that was my first step. My first step was getting rid of all the problem clients, right? You can't grow a business when you have 100 different problems. So first and foremost, get rid of the problem house clients, right? But you're going to use these house clients to kind of leverage yourself until you're able to get commercial clients. So how I was doing it was, I was in school at the time, so I actually was cleaning with my father on the nights and the weekends. So after school, I might have a house cleaning, or I might have, I had some cleanings lined up. And then on the weekends is when we went ham. We had all kinds of cleans we were doing, a bunch of houses, right? I actually had, my whole family was involved in this, besides my 2 sisters, but my whole family was involved in doing this. I don't know how I convinced them to be a part of this, but anyways, that's besides the point. We got them, you know, we were taking care of these places on the weekends and the nights. And then a local gym I actually had reached out to that I knew that was coming soon, and I kind of just let them know that I had a cleaning company. You know, I'm trying to get into the commercial side of things, but I didn't have insurance, right? I did not have insurance. I hardly had any experience. I didn't have any commercial experience. I had all my experience in move out, move in cleans, and regular house cleaning. So, like I said, that's a completely different ball game than house cleaning. House cleaning is completely different than commercial cleaning. But anyways, this lady had me come out, and you know, she was definitely concerned. She was like, "How old are you?" You know, at the time I was like 5th, 6th grade, going out to these estimates with my dad, and you know, she looked very confused. And she gave me a try. She ended up calling me 3 or 4 different companies, and she hired us. I did not have insurance. I probably was the cheapest bidder because I had no idea what I was doing. Also, I'll make another video on this. Cheaper does not always mean you're going to win the contract, and it's not a good thing. So we're going to do another video on that. But it's so funny because they went with us, and if I did not get that one gym, I don't think I would be where I am today. I'm beyond grateful for that opportunity that I got. I no longer service them at this point, but it was definitely a learning curve and a learning opportunity, and I was very grateful for that. So getting into that, so I had these houses we were doing, and then we were doing this one gym. This one gym referred me to their other friend, and I ended up doing their gym. It's so funny. The yoga instructor at that second gym actually referred me to this dance studio that we do to this day. Almost, like I said, we've been in business 10 years. They've been with a client of mine for 9 years, so they have seen us grow from when we were super small to what we are today. So that is just, it's super cool to, you know, just watch your company grow over the years, putting in the hard work and dedication, really. That's literally all it takes. You have to have motivation, you have to be dedicated, and you have to be disciplined. If you're not, you can't be in this business, right? You have to be very, very dedicated, right? I had a goal in mind of what I wanted, and I got there because I was very dedicated and I cared so much about this business. And guess what? I still do to this point. My business is my baby. Everybody that works for me knows that. Every one of my clients knows that. You know, so getting back to the point, how to transition from residential to commercial. All it takes is a few actionable steps to make sure that you are ready to take on commercial cleaning. So, what I've learned over the years is you need to make sure you have a marketing plan in place. You need to make sure you have insurance in place. You need to make sure if you have employees, or if you don't have employees right now, that they're all trained to your standard, right? You have to have systems. Systems. I know people talk about them all the time. Our business would not be what it is today without systems, right? You have to have systems in place, from hiring, from getting contracts, to new leads. Everything else in between, you have to have a system for, or you're not going to succeed. But anyways, getting back to the last part of this, I'm just going to add, all you have to do is network, and you will get your first commercial cleaning contract. So making the transition from houses to commercial is completely different, but it's 100% possible with going to networking events, reaching out to people, and talking, right? You gotta talk to people. Talk to people in your community. Everybody knows somebody. Just let them know you're starting up, you know, want to do commercial, right? And you're ready to take the next step into cleaning commercially, and I don't even know if that's a word, cleaning the commercial side of things, and you would like to stop doing houses, right? But you can't just expect that in a week or 2 weeks or a year that you're just gonna have a full schedule of commercial. You're not. It's gonna take years to build. It's taken me 10 years to build what I have. So I think that's so important to know, is just do not get rid of all your residential, because it's going to keep you able to grow your commercial side. You can maybe use that money to invest in ads or my mailer system that we do that I love. I have a video with Carolyn on that. You definitely got to check that out. But yeah, so just know it's 100% possible. I did it. I know a lot of people that did it. It just takes time and patience, and you can 100% do it. So anyways, to conclude this video, I just wanted to say thank you everyone for following our page. I am super excited to make more authentic YouTube videos like this. And I'm so excited to share my knowledge with everyone. We are all in business to make money and succeed. And I think it's so great that we as a cleaning community can come together and share valuable information that is helpful to everyone, right? We are so lucky to have a great community. Another person I wanted to give a huge shout out to that leads our cleaning community is Carolyn Arellano. Thank you so much for always uplifting our cleaning community. So many people, talk about your videos and how helpful they are. So just a huge thank you, and I'm so excited to start making these. In the meantime, if anyone wants to schedule a one-on-one call with me, I do one-on-one business mentoring. I have set aside a few days a month to just do business mentoring, and I am actively booking calls for that. I will put a link in my comment box down below, but in the next video, I would like to see what you want to hear. So please feel free to leave in the comments what you want me to make a video on next. All right, everyone, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.